What's up, everyone? Welcome to Heroes Avenue. My name is Darren, and today we are talking about Thundercats. Ho!
Thunder! 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 Thundercats!
So Thundercats is going to be developed again. They're going to try to come at this and make a movie out of it. It's coming from Warner Brothers. And I'm super excited about this because the director that's attached to this film is a super fan. All right, so let me just go ahead and run down the history of how many times they've been like rebooting this series and trying to get this out into the movies. So this 80s animated show was super big back in the day, and then Warner Brothers tried making this into a feature film, a CGI animated film back in 2007, but it looks like it didn't go anywhere. And then in 2011, they rebooted the cartoon series, and I thought it was super good. Like it was like anime style. It was fun, and I feel like the story was very. I felt like the story was very sophisticated compared to the 80s version that we got. And then the series didn't go anywhere. I think they only did like one series that you could watch on Hulu. Super sad. I wish they kept going. And then in 2020, they rebooted it again with Thundercats Roar, and it just looks it just looks like it's for kids, and I'm not even closely interested into that cartoon, so I can't really comment on it. I don't know if it's good or not, but it's definitely for the kids. And then now we got someone really professional that's tied to the film, to the project, and that's with Adam Wingard, the director of Godzilla vs. Kong, right? So the movie that's gonna come out with the two gigantic kaijus going at it, and apparently he's doing really good overseas right now, is tied to Thundercats. He's going to direct Thundercats, and I'm super excited about this because based off of his interview with Deadline, apparently this guy has been a super fanatic of Thundercats since he was a teenager. So let me go ahead and just read you his quote here. So he did an interview with Deadline and basically explained his obsession with this project since he was a boy. He said, "My real obsession with Thundercats came in high school. The pinnacle of me deciding I wanted to be a filmmaker and pushing in that direction. I actually spent most of my 10th grade year. I completely blew it. I didn't pay attention in school, made terrible grades, and the reason? I was writing my Thundercat screenplay through my entire 10th grade year. And I was handwriting it. The screenplay itself ended up being 272 pages long, and I still have it. It was one of those things where I would carry around my notebook and talk about it." Right there, I love this quote. I mean, I feel like every kid in high school has some kind of obsession in high school, some passion project that kind of like, diverts their attention away from school. And I like growing up, I was a b-boy in high school. Like I was obsessed with breakdancing. I had like my own crew, and we went out to competitions and did battles and all that stuff. I was completely obsessed with it, and it took my attention away from school. And for this guy, he was writing a Thundercats movie script, and that is so awesome to hear. I mean, that just shows that, like if this movie bombs, you can't say the director doesn't understand Thundercats. You just can't at this point. That's crazy. And then he continued. He says, "I heard there was a Thundercats script out there, and it happened to be set up with some of my producers on Death Note. I asked them I want to rewrite the script with my friend Simon Barrett, who wrote the movie VHS and The Guest, which is horror movies, which I think was really great." And he says, "This is a huge passion thing for me. Nobody on this planet knows or has thought as much about Thundercats as I have." That's true. "They gave me the reins. I saw this as an opportunity to do a new type of fantasy sci-fi spectacle film that people have never seen before. It's got a rich mythology. The characters are fantastic. I want to do a Thundercats film that takes you back to that 80s aesthetic. I don't want to reinvent the way they look. I want them to look like Thundercats. I don't want to do it live action either. I don't want it to look like Cats, the movie. I don't want those kind of issues. No disrespect to that director, whom I don't mean to throw under the bus any more than everyone else has. That's funny. I want to do a movie you've never seen before. A hybrid CGI film that has a hyper real look and somehow bridges the gap between cartoon and CGI. That's the starting point, and Simon Barrett and I are getting into the script now. So Simon Barrett and him have worked a lot in the past. I think, yeah, he's worked with Simon Barrett with Blair Witch, The Guest, VHS 2 and VHS 1. I don't think Simon Barrett's on Godzilla versus Kong, but it seems like these two guys worked together very closely in the past. And so the fact that you got two friends working on a movie and one of the guys is obsessed with Thundercats, I mean, there's no better formula, right? It's as if, like, you know, a DC writer who is also a great movie director is directing and writing a DC film. I mean, we haven't seen that yet, but we're seeing that with Thundercats. I mean, if you guys grew up with Thundercats and you guys actually liked it, I mean, this is something to be really excited for and something to look forward to. For me personally, I totally was a huge fan of Thundercats as a kid. I grew up in the 90s, but the series came out in the 80s, so it was just one of those cartoons that was just on, and I just had no idea what it was, and the story elements just got me excited, and you got Lion-O, and you got everyone in there. Just it was such a great story. And then when they brought it back in 2011, and I was like, man, this is a great reboot. Like, I hope they keep going. Unfortunately, like, they didn't go. I don't think they went past the first season, which is super sad. But hearing this, man, you got to be excited. You have to be excited about this. I feel like deciding to do a CGI animated film compared to doing a live action version of the Thundercats is a smart approach. I mean, you don't want this film to look anywhere close to how Cats looked. So I feel like it's a smart move, and you know, you avoid, you know, making it look weird. And I feel like adapting cartoons into CGI I feel like the transition is a lot smoother. And like, if you were to get, although a live action version will look cool if in Thundercats, for the Thundercats, I feel like it's super hard to execute. And so I feel like if you want to keep the look of the 80s version of the Thundercats, I feel like CGI animated film is the best way to go. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. How do you guys feel about Adam Wingard, the director of Godzilla vs. Kong, who is a super Thundercats fanatic, directing a Thundercats film? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you guys again. Bye.